Have you ever felt under the weather but weren't sure what that meant? As an English learner, dealing with idioms can be a real challenge. But don't worry, today we're going to master the meaning and usage of this common expression. Let me tell you a funny story about a time when my friend misunderstood the idiomatic meaning of under the weather. My friend Sarah was planning a picnic, but when she told her coworker she was feeling under the weather, he thought she meant the weather outside was bad. So he showed up with an umbrella and rain boots, only to find a beautiful sunny day. So what does under the weather actually mean? It's an idiomatic expression that refers to someone who is feeling unwell or ill. Let me show you how to use under the weather correctly. My friend Alex woke up with a bad cold and couldn't go to work. "I'm feeling really under the weather today," he told his boss. "I need to stay home and rest." His boss understood immediately and told him to take the day off to recover. Here are some examples of how to use under the weather in different contexts. Casual conversation: "I'm feeling a bit under the weather, so I think I'll skip the party tonight." Formal setting: the CEO was under the weather with the flu, so the meeting had to be postponed. Negative context: she's been under the weather for weeks and it's really affecting her work. Humorous context: "I think I'm coming down with a case of the Mondays, I'm definitely under the weather today." Literary context: the poor child was under the weather, his rosy cheeks now pale and drawn. Business setting: due to being under the weather, I'll need to reschedule our meeting for next week. Social media: feeling a little under the weather today, but a cup of tea and some rest should do the trick. To help you remember the meaning of under the weather, think of a rainy, gloomy day when you're feeling sick and down. The image of being under the dark, cloudy weather is a great visual aid to recall the idiomatic meaning. The exact origin of under the weather is uncertain, but one theory suggests it relates to seasickness, where those feeling ill stayed below deck, literally under the weather. Another theory links it to the impact of bad weather on farming and livelihoods, leading to feelings of unease or illness. Over time, the expression has become a common way to describe feeling unwell, regardless of the actual weather conditions. Some similar idioms to under the weather include feeling unwell, out of sorts, and feeling a bit off. Opposite expressions would be feeling great, feeling on top of the world, or feeling healthy and energetic. Other related idioms include coming down with something, coming down with a bug, and coming down with the flu. Here's an example using under the weather. "I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, so I think I'll head home early and rest." Without using the idiom, I could rephrase that as, "I'm not feeling my best today, so I think I'll leave work early and get some rest." I remember a time when my coworker, Sarah, used under the weather perfectly in a conversation. She had been out sick for a few days, and when she returned, her boss asked how she was feeling. "I'm feeling much better, thanks for asking," Sarah replied. "I was a bit under the weather, but I'm back on my feet now." One common mistake when using under the weather is to say "I'm under the weather today," instead of "I'm feeling under the weather today." Another frequent misunderstanding is thinking under the weather means the actual weather is bad, rather than referring to one's own health. It's also important to avoid using under the weather in situations where you're not actually feeling unwell, as that would be an inappropriate context. Let's test your understanding of under the weather with a few quiz questions. 1. What does the idiom under the weather mean? A. The weather is bad. B. Feeling unwell or ill. C. Feeling depressed. Answer B. 2. Which of these is a synonym for under the weather? A. Feeling ill. B. Feeling fantastic. C. Feeling energized. Answer A. 3. Which of these is an antonym for under the weather? A. Feeling unwell. B. Feeling in perfect health. C. Feeling a bit off. Answer B. Alright, let's recap what we've learned about the idiom under the weather. It refers to feeling unwell or ill, rather than the actual weather conditions. It's a common expression that can be used in a variety of contexts, from casual conversation to formal settings. Understanding this idiom can really improve your communication skills in English. Now it's your turn. Try using the idiom under the weather in a sentence and share it with us in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more English idiom lessons. See you next time.